Continuing on in our study of reflectivity, we're going to render our off-road electric vehicle concept in gloss black. Taking some of the ideas in my earlier thumbnails, I've continued to evolve the design to become more mechanical, more functional, and more futuristic, adding more mechanical and functional details. So now I'm doing my cleanup drawing, and as I'm doing so, I'm continuing to evolve the design with more attention to detail. I'm also mapping out my reflections. As we learned in the last demo, reflectivity is all about mapping out the world in which the vehicle is existing. So everything that's facing the sky is going to get a sky tone, everything that's facing the ground will get a ground tone, with a very, very defined horizon line. Also adding some additional detail to represent a functional bumper. Continuing to evolve my wheel design with this integrated tire and spoke tread. Mapping out my interior. Now I'm going with my graphic layer. So this concept is all about electric off-road capability. So the area that would normally be defined by an internal combustion engine has been carved away to increase downward vision. Being that this is such a graphic design, I'm going to be spending a lot of time and effort on my graphic layers, adding additional layers of detail. Adding suspension details. This vehicle is going to have a lot of suspension travel and very aggressive tread for unlimited off-road capability. Also an integrated roof rack. Now I'm outlining the interior, the headliner, the top of the seat, to give that glass a hint of transparency. And I have this front fender element which continues on into the body side and just sort of creates this notch. As you can see, as I add layers, I'm also adding a bit more definition and shape to some of the details like the bumper elements and the tire tread, the wheel. Just adding additional layers of black. It's all black. I'm just playing around with the transparency of the layers. Now I'm beginning to add my reflections. So I've mapped out my horizon line. Being that the windscreen is so upright, I've also added a mirror reflection of the windscreen in the hood. And I've added some additional reflections on the far side of the vehicle to delineate it. So I've actually moved my horizon line up a little bit. And then added a little bit of a fade on that lower surface in order to reflect the ground tone a bit more. So now you can really see that contour of the body side notching inward. Now I'm adding sky tone. So those surfaces that are facing the deepest part of the sky are going to get that deep blue. Same thing on the hood. The upward facing surface gets the deep blue, while the inward side of the fender has a slightly less defined blue fading into white. Adding reflectivity of the ground tone and the horizon on the front clip, and using that additional linear edge on the horizon line to define that crisp contrast. Adding additional layers of detail on the tire tread and the wheels. Carrying that ground tone and horizon line from the body side through into the front clip. So now you can really see that sort of three-sided corner of the front clip catching light. Now I'm adding some reflection on the front glass, and you can see I've added a mirror image of the front fender in the windscreen because that windscreen is so flat and so upright. Now I'm going in with my additional wheel details. Tire details, catching light, delineating that tread. And this is where the artistry comes in. This is the part where you can have a lot of fun and really express yourself and create a personal style for your renderings. This is what I mean about personal style. It's that individual artistic component. Now I'm going in with a white pencil and really starting to tighten up and crispen up those details. Adding some lighting details, some overhead lights and the main lights. As you can see, this is a much different animal than doing an Italian sports car. Using glossy, black, reflective surfaces, we can delineate a wide variety of shapes and forms, from sexy Italian sports cars with sculptural shapes to highly functional, mechanical, ultimate off-road vehicles.